What is up, guys? Fresh Powder here, but you can call me Daniel. Now, as we... Well, until the next chapter of Fresh vs. Snakestaff comes along, I think it's time that you guys at last finally saw what's in this little box. Now, you may have seen brief glimpses of it here and there, but now I think finally you'll get to see. Now, from the outside, it's a pretty nice box. Carved wood and brass. I'm not sure where these are sold, but I'm sure Dudley, aka Snakestaffmagic himself, will be able to tell you. So yeah, this was a gift. Who knows, we might mass produce these in the future, if we're lucky. So, let's have a look inside and see what it has to offer. Alright, doing this with one hand might be a bit of a challenge, but let's see. Yep, that's one success. Oh, there's a little note here. It says, and I quote,
Hi, Fresh. I don't think we'll ever meet, so I thought I'd take the time you appear in this card game. Say hello, and tell you that I'm with SnakeStaff. You know, because he's managed to use time travel. That's how I can talk to you. You didn't know that? Oops. Guess I should have stayed quiet about that. Well, enough from me. Good luck with the future.
Signed, this mysterious, evil-looking creature. So, on with the cards. Here are the stats of everyone in the cards. Loyalty to their side, chapter appearances, a liveliness, fighting skills, magic, and mustered courage. So yep, now you know what that's all about. Let's dive on in. Alright, here's what the back of the cards look like. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Alright, now that that's over with, let's get to the fronts. That Dalek. A rumor was going around that this was the Dalek that killed Falcon. Either way, Saitama unleashed his fury upon it, sending it into a distant death. This Dalek was voiced by James Moore, a friend of Snakestaffmagic's. The other powders, minus gunpowder. The other powders are extremely powerful. When Snakestaff stole fresh powder away, they used extremely powerful magical beams to attack the mothership of Snakestaff's fleet, prompting one Dalek to desperately begin a countdown to a major airstrike. Sour powder. Created with the DNA of fresh powder, sour powder quickly became one of Snakestaff's more loyal servants. In fact, he's considered a friend by Snakestaff, making him more valued than his highest-ranking Dalek, Dalek 1. Capable of breathing fire and teleporting when needed, Sour Powder truly is a deadly adversary. Yes, he is. Cyber Leader. It is unknown whether Cyber Leader stood in front of the whole army to defend against the missile, or if he was unlucky, but he truly died a noble death and truly aided a good cause. Yes, he did. Venus. Venus was not owned by Snakestaff for very long, but still showed him loyalty, a captured Pokemon would. She was valued to the same degree as Sour Powder by Snakestaff, and was sad when he perished. When she and Sour Powder have joined forces, where are they now, and what are they up to? We shall see. Maybe she became a Honchkrow. SpongeBob and Patrick. Though these two showed initial loyalty, they quickly realized what they were in for when the Daleks arrived and began cowering before them, devoid of hope. Poor guys. Oh, don't worry. They'll show their bravery. They will show their bravery. The missile. When Fresh attempted to challenge Snakestaff at the end of Chapter 1, Snakestaff misinterpreted it as a war declaration and fired one of his anti-heat laser missiles to seek Fresh's forces out in order to test him. Fresh and Co were unable to handle this, however, suffering the loss of many Cybermen and their leader. This would backfire for Snakestaff, causing the world to begin turning against him. Good. The Cyberman Army. Fresh's army was made up of many Cybermen that claimed to have been defective. Because of this, they followed Fresh into battle, eventually dwindling to a third of their forces by Chapter 6. Though they were met with hardships left and right, they continued to be loyal to the cause. Yes, Not that many left, but they're still loyal. The Dalek fleet. Snakestaff created his fleet with DNA that would make them loyal to him and follow his orders. They were efficient fighters that stuck with Snakestaff till the end, proving to be deadly when fighting Fresh's forces. But now they are leaderless. What will they do? Nothing! Lefty, a true blue friend to Fresh Powder, and also his right-hand man. Or was it his left? Lefty has stuck with Fresh Powder through all his hardships. No one has seen what the rest of Lefty's body looks like, and some say no one should. No one should. Dalek, Captain Alpha 7 and co. What idiots! I mean, really, they should have stayed with Sour Powder instead of leaving him to be defeated. What a bunch of blown-up traitors! Squidward. Although SpongeBob and Patrick didn't add much to the Battle of Chapter 6, Squidward teamed up with Gunpowder to become a deadly fighting force. But one must wonder, after his appearance in Chapter 1, how did the next conversation between him and Fresh Powder go? Good question. Maybe I'll bring that up in the future. Dalek 1. Snakestaffmagic's highest ranking Dalek. Dalek 1 was the first character to appear before Fresh Powder, and although questioning Snakestaff's logic occasionally, he loyally follows his orders anyway. GP, aka Gunpowder. Gunpowder, or GP as Fresh calls him, similar to GPS, was one of the other powders called to the Battle of Chapter 5, when Gunpowder teamed up with Squidward. He and his tanks proved very effective against the Daleks in the Battle of Chapter 6. A rumor was going around that Gunpowder could be Fresh's grandpa, but we don't listen to gossip. No, he's definitely not my grandpa. But in terms of his relations, well, that's another video. Iron Can. Another member of the Bootleg Avengers. After assisting in the defeat of Sour Powder, Iron Can would later team up with Spider to defeat some Daleks, allowing him to ride on his back in a deadly combo. But a question remains unanswered. How long does he stay fresh in that can? The world may never know. Saitama. When Saitama, from One Punch Man, was called upon by Fresh for the Battle of Chapter 6, he became extremely useful, destroying Daleks left and right with incredible skill. Me! Fresh Powder! When Fresh Powder was threatened by Snakestaff, he mustered all his courage to defend his friends from danger, ultimately defeating him. Truly, Fresh is the hero everyone needed. Snakestaffmagic. Though he never wanted to take over the Earth with his fleet, all it took was a little misunderstanding on YouTube with Fresh Powder, for Snakestaff to unleash all his forces. Fresh managed to stop Snakestaff in the end, however. Will that be the last of Snakestaff we see? Only time will tell. The rest of the world. It seemed the world was fooled by Snakestaff in Chapter 2, and they had been won over by him. Even Lefty had lost hope with the world by Chapter 3, but it was this chapter that saw the death of Cyber Leader. And ever since, the world has been resenting Snakestaff. But he's gone, so at least they're relieved. For now. Spider. Spider was a member of the Bootleg Avengers. He showed his skills when using his webbing to assist the defeat of Sour Powder, and also being able to match up against some Daleks. There should be a hyphen there, but okay. The Piñata. Piñata, North American. Piñatas, plural noun. A decorated figure of an animal containing toys and sweets that is suspended from a height and broken open by blindfolded children as part of a celebration. Pinkie Pie. Able to find joy in most situations, Pinkie Pie was able to incorporate her party animal talents into the Battle of Chapter 6, without the need to muster much courage, and effectively dealt with many Daleks. You fought bravely, Pinkie. You fought bravely. The Iron Giant. Another ally Fresh considered when the missile was on its way. The idea was brief, though the encounter with the missile went to pieces. One must wonder how good the Iron Giant would have been against Snakestaff's forces. Well, I assume he would be pretty good. He is just in the North Pole after all, so... The main 6, minus Pinkie Pie. The other ponies had a run of bad luck when they desperately started to avoid many Dalek shots. But nonetheless, they showed decent loyalty to Fresh's cause, staying put till the end. Segata Sanshiro, the only card that isn't laminated. Sorry, Dudley. I pointed it out when you first showed me it, but still, thought this needed a reminder. Anyway, Segata Sanshiro. When the missile was fired, Fresh began to think of the people who could counter it. It was too little too late. If Segata Sanshiro had been there, I'm sure Cyber Leader would still be alive now. Oh, don't you go there. Emerald Soldier, a fellow YouTuber who claimed to support Fresh Powder's side. This was evident when he went to New York and graffitied the screen SnakeStaff had made his previous announcement on, joining the crowd of SnakeStaff protesters. This Dalek. 4. 4 was a member of the bootlegs who could use powerful electrical attacks against his enemies. He was able to thwart some Daleks this way. However, he and the other bootlegs all had a soft side. The loss of Falcon was not pleasant for any of them. The Reaper 35. The Reaper 35 was left angered at an April Fool's joke Fresh Powder had made. Seeing SnakeStaff as a fellow video sufferer, he showed his support. However, it seems this was all talk, adding no change to the overall battle between SnakeStaff and Fresh. It's a good thing SnakeStaff is gone, or he might have had something to say about this. And the last card I have is this. Falcon. Falcon was a strong sorry. Falcon was a strong member of the Bootleg Avengers, assisting them with a Sour Powder defeat. Unfortunately, this would lead to his death in the end, but it's okay. After all, sorry about that. But anyway, it was still a great gift, Dudley. Thank you for that. Even if I have some things to say about it. Enough about that. So yeah. Hopefully we'll see you guys when the next chapters of Fresh vs. SnakeStaff are released. Remember to keep an eye out for the Reaper 35's video and Dudley's video. So yeah, they're the 2 videos you need to keep an eye on. So whose will be out first? Well, that's for the Reaper 35 and Snakestaffmagic themselves to decide. So, who do you think will produce their video first? Well, until then, I'll see you guys in time for the next video. So until next time, stay fresh.